What we really need is to have a high lifestyle. A high lifestyle means a life dedicated to something higher. Higher than ourselves. So whoever we are, whatever we're capable of, what's higher? What's the next step up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Some of you come from a long, long way. And it's worth it. This is 770. People hear 770, and you don't say where it is, what it is. They say, what's 770? You mean 10 after 8? This is, among other things, this is the incubator. This is where we were born, where we grew up, where we were nurtured. Right here, the Rebbe spent thousands of hours speaking, inspiring, teaching, enlightening. And the result is here as evidence tonight. From all over the world, everywhere, wherever you see a little enthusiastic Judaism, you can blame it on the Rebbe. Of course, there was Judaism before the Rebbe, but the enthusiasm, the joy, the depth of commitment, that was the Rebbe. So here we stood, children, teenagers, students, and this is where the Rebbe performed a miracle. The Rebbe took ordinary people and made them extraordinary. Extraordinary in the sense that you don't live for yourself. Whether you go on shlichus out of town, out of the country, or not, every chassid who listened to the Rebbe, who was affected by the Rebbe, cannot imagine living for yourself. We're on a mission. We're here to change the world. Just me, to be more me, better me, it doesn't compute. How does that make any sense? And it turns out that this is the true nature of human beings. I know the popular message is you have to love yourself and validate yourself and be good to yourself and have a good self-image or a high self-image. It's a bad message. What we really need is to have a high lifestyle. A high lifestyle means a life dedicated to something higher. Higher than ourselves. So whoever we are, whatever we're capable of, what's higher? What's the next step up? So the Rebbe turned ordinary people into selfless, other-oriented service people. We serve God, we serve our community, we serve the world. And that, it turns out, is the only way a human being can find contentment. It's not easy, but it brings contentment. Shabbos, to appreciate what Shabbos is deeply, unlike Yom Tov, which is a days of joy, or Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, days of awe, what is Shabbos? Shabbos is a day of contentment. What does it mean? Work for 6 days and rest on the 7th. God created the world in 6 days and he rests on the 7th. What does it mean he rests? He's exhausted, he needs to recuperate. So the deeper meaning of rest, to be completely at rest, you have to be content. There's this amazing story about a chassid in Russia who was arrested by the communists. It's a very short little story, but as you'll see, the message is fantastic. He was in a Russian prison, Mendel, of course. And the guard told him one night that they had arrested another chassid. He said, one of your people is in the cell directly under yours. And if you want to speak to him, speak to the opening where the heat pipe comes through. It's not sealed very well. He'll be able to hear you. So late at night when it was quiet, Mendel whispers into the opening. He says, Moshe. Now Moshe didn't know. Nobody told him that there was another chassid. And he hears his name coming from... It's his first day in jail. So his reaction was, who is this? Am I on candid camera? He says, this is Mendel. Are you content? That was his first question. Are you content? What a weird question to ask somebody whose life is pretty much over. He's just been arrested. He'll be interrogated. He'll be tortured. He might be killed. And what is your question? Are you content? What kind of question is that? But after thinking about it for a long time, I realized it is the perfect question, the most relevant question, and the most empowering question. Mendel was saying to this new prisoner, don't let him get to you. If they get to you, you're lost. You're going to go down. Don't let them get to you. How do you not let them get to you? Be content. Don't even be upset that you're here. Because if they upset you, they already got you. So you should be thinking, I'm here because my soul came down to this world for the purpose of defeating communism. And here I am doing my job. I'm content. I'm not a victim. I'm content. If this is my job, I'm going to do it. And they have no authority over me. They are my project. I have to show that Judaism, Torah, truth is much greater and will far outlast communism. So I'm content. That's how they survived, not only physically, emotionally, and mentally. What exactly is contentment? It doesn't mean retirement. It doesn't mean do nothing because there's nothing left to do. That's not contentment, that's boredom. Contentment means I have what to do, I've got a job, I've got a mission, I've got even some challenges. But if those are my challenges, I'm content to do what I am meant to do. I'm content to handle the challenges I was given. Content. It's something we don't experience very often. We have moments of joy. We have moments of pleasure. When do we really feel content? So there's a famous saying, more than the Jew kept Shabbos, Shabbos kept the Jew. Can you imagine in the dark old days, the bad old days, when Jews lived in terrible poverty, restricted rights, ghettos, struggling to make a few cents to be able to feed the family. And then Shabbos came. And all of a sudden, the world didn't matter, the poverty didn't matter, it was Shabbos. And on Shabbos, you're the king, you're the queen, everything's great. We have a little piece of herring and a little bit of bread, we're set. And we don't need anything else. It's good. One day out of 7, every Jewish family felt good. It's great, we have everything we need. We are content. And so we did not become victimized in our own minds. The Shabbos kept us afloat, despite the harsh realities. So what does it mean to be content? There's nothing I am missing. Whatever I need, I have, and what I don't have, I don't need. Is gemütlich a good word? It's not retirement. It's not inactivity. It's a feeling of everything is right. Because everything is right. The problems we're having, they're meant to be. So when Shabbos spills over into the rest of the week, then the whole week becomes a little more enjoyable. And that's how we survived and thrived and overcame all the impossible challenges that we had. When the Rebbe said, leave your home, here's a one-way ticket, go to a city, to a country, to a continent, nobody wants you there. Nobody invited you. Just move yourself in and see what you can do. About what? Whatever. Am I going to open a shul? Not necessarily. A school? Not necessarily. You'll see. One-way ticket. This is your mission for the rest of your life. And these ordinary people, who eventually became extraordinary, went off perfectly content. People say, what is it about Chabad? What is it with these Lubavitchers? There's a radio guy here in the United States. He says, I travel a lot, and wherever I go, I see Chabad. Something's fishy. He says, they're all happy. That can't be. I think they ship off the unhappy ones. They send them off to an island where they'll never be heard from again. How can, wherever you go, every Chabad shliach is happy? Well, maybe not so happy, but content. Contentment is a vital ingredient in life, and it's sorely missing, especially for Jewish people. I was in a shul not long ago, meeting people I've never seen before. And of course, the conversation is always, where are you from? You know where they live. That's not where they're from. They're Jews. Where are you from? California. No, before that. Romania. Okay, now you're talking. Every Jew is from somewhere. So every person was saying, I'm from here, from there. Oh yeah, really? My aunt, my uncle. There's one woman standing there, very, very calm, very comfortable. And finally, somebody said to her, "Where are you from?" She says, "My grandparents came over on the boat with Columbus." I said, "This is your country?" What does that feel like? Do we know what it feels like to be in your own country? We thought we would if we go to Israel. We come to Israel and everybody says, "Hey, this is not your country." When do we get to feel that contentment, that peace that a person feels when it's your home? Your home. We are wandering Jews. Shabbos is a taste of being home. It's good. I am what I am, and it's fine. It's exactly who I'm supposed to be. I don't want to be anything else. I don't want to be anywhere else. I don't want to be doing anything else. Shabbos. It's magic. Especially when you see the women lighting candles. Because all Friday is hectic, crazy, anxiety, rush, screaming. Did we get this done? Who's taking care of that? Where is the thing? We got... And then the woman lights a candle and everybody just... It becomes quiet. Mystically quiet. Because all of a sudden, it's fine. You didn't buy it? Okay. We'll do without. You left the light on? So it'll stay on. You left the light off? Okay, so it'll be off. This is such an important talent. The thing that moved people about the Rebbe. So ambitious, wanting to change the world, literally from the time he was 5 years old. And at the same time, he was so content. How did these two things come together? People remark, when the Rebbe spoke to them, it's as if he had nothing else to do. There's no one else in the world. He was completely there for you. And most people who were visiting the Rebbe upstairs, they were nervous. Am I taking up too much of your time? And the Rebbe was like, no, got all the time in the world. Shabbosdik. Combination of very productive week and very content Shabbos. So here's the problem. Contentment is more of a female characteristic. Men have a harder time being content. Because when everything is okay, we need to start some trouble so that we can fix it. A couple move into a house, and the wife is absolutely thrilled. She's home. The man says, yeah, but I think we need to add a room on the side. We need to extend this. Settle down. Enjoy what you have. No, men are always moving. It's harder for men to be content. So here's the problem. Mashiach comes, and there are no more problems. Women are going to be so content. And men are going to say, what are you so happy about? There's nothing to do. Let's create some trouble. Let's find some trouble. But there will be no trouble. What is going to excite us when the world becomes perfect? It's a problem. That's why Moshiach's main role is to be a teacher. What does he have to teach us? How do you wake up excited in a world that is already perfect? How do you get excited about going from good to better? as excited, if not more excited, than going from a terrible problem to a solution. So the Rebbe said, we are the last generation of exile and the first generation of Geula. And that's why we are so confused. We have one foot in exile, really bad exile, and one foot in Geula. So we've got a huge job to do, but we're supposed to be content. The Rebbe was a model of great ambition, great accomplishment, and absolutely content to be doing that job. So when you have Shabbos in the Heights, when you have Shabbos with Chabad, you have a complete experience, because Chabad is contentment to serve God to the best of our ability, and we don't need to do anything else. And Shabbos is contentment with everything we have or don't have in life. So here's the challenge. Next 24 hours, don't say I need. Don't say if only. Don't say when Shabbos is over, I'm going to. Settle into Shabbos. Settle into the neighborhood. Be content. Because really, there is nothing greater. There is nothing more worthy for you to be doing anywhere in the world, more important, more productive, more godly, more divine, and healthier than sitting here for Shabbos. Nothing. So take full advantage. Experience it completely. No ifs, no doubts, no questions, no plans for after Shabbos. This is it. This is life at its best. And it really is. It really is. And if you do that, no, we're not talking about next week. But if you do that, next week will be a lot richer, a lot healthier, and a lot more productive. Because Shabbos keeps us more than we keep the Shabbos.
The Rohr Jewish Learning Institute has the largest collection of Jewish media online. Hit subscribe for more.